by the EU, we are going to vote with against. That's a block voting. I was in the UN in Geneva, was in America. There also will be discussed with them. The man also told me, there's a problem is block voting. If anybody brings from EU, the other bloc vote against it. If South Africa brings something, and they stole an example, Libya. The South Africa tried to negotiate the peace negotiation. They all agreed in the round table. Then some members asked for a pause. They went out and they called France. The Mr. Sarkozy says no. Then they came in and said no. Finished. The peace is finished. That's the problem now. It's going in. We are in the middle of this block voting. And then I asked them, they are killing about 80,000 people within 2 months in Sri Lanka. It's humanity. They say, sorry. It's the problem now. We are with me. And one interesting thing, 1979, I applied political asylum in Germany. Then the chief foreign police officer called myself and 2-3 people. There's a there. Then we came, just like a room like this. He's a big man. And sitting and asked us, why you are coming here? You have to go to London and apply there asylum. In 1979, this man told me, Mr. Hinz, his name. He's still living here. That's why we are attending, that's why I'm here again. The British are the people, or the Queen or your monarchy has to answer or give remedy for us. Because this man, you see, the Germans tell me, if we go and talk to them, they say, you see in Africa, in Asia, all these British people created this. They changed the borders. They make some people, some community in one land a majority, in another land a minorities. Now we have our land, now we are minorities, they say. We are not minorities. In our land, we are the majority. Our land is Tamil Nadu. We are the majority. We are going to fight for that. TGTE is going to fight for the Tamil Nadu, no other thing. Because the only solution for the Tamils is our Tamil Nadu means our country, we need our country again back. That's the thing there. In South Sudan, the same thing the British did. They gave the African power to the Arabs. Then there's only Arab language. They didn't allow any other thing. And they told me 4 years or 3 years, their first road building there. After the peace negotiations, they showed the road. There was no road or schools or anything at all. Now they are building up. They say we have to bring, the Tamils have to bring their know-how to there. They asked from the midwife, from the kindergarten teacher, bring us. They want to make it now English as first language and second language as Arab. They don't want to abolish Arab because it's their language now for 60 years. They also fought the arms struggle. They got because of the battle, but they can Mr. Bush. He is the one who insisted for a referendum.
What is your program for us?
That's why we are asking for a referendum. Now we ask, if we say, the Sinhalese say, only the diaspora is shouting Tamil Nadu, the people they don't want the Tamil Nadu there, then we are asking them to make a referendum, like South Sudan. Then there will be no. Now the TNA is winning, not only because of Mr. Samuel or Mr. Anderson, the nationalism is winning these elections, not the person. If the local elections also, they are voting for that. Even inside the camps, they come out and voted Not for the Mr. Samadan, for the nationalism. For the land, they want freedom. That's why we are the voice of, we are the voice of the Tamils who cannot speak there. We are bringing their aspirations here. We are a democratic family, then we can speak out here. But they cannot, even Mr. Samadan cannot speak. Because then if he says anything about separatism, his civil rights will be out for 7 years or something like that. They did for the system of and also those days. That's why they are afraid. And you told me that, told us that the people must come out and make a excel government. An example, Mr. Neil, he was an MP. He always speak out. He cannot stay there. Then he came to Canada and applied as a living there. Now he's an MP of us, TGTE. This is the problem. They cannot talk inside Sri Lanka. If they come out, they have to bring the whole family with them. You need relations, everybody. About 100 people. One MP has to bring about 100 people outside. Otherwise, we kill others. That's the problem now is existing in Sri Lanka. That's why we are asking for this referendum, like in South Sudan, and see. We are ready to accept the results. That's all I wanted to do. Thank you.
The five resolutions are: 1. This meeting expresses its revulsion and demands that Sri Lanka ceases forthwith its unlawful harassment of Tamils, seizure of their properties, businesses and schools, and respects the human rights of the minority. Resolution 1. I'm sure nobody will object to this. We are all for that. Resolution number 2 is to appeal to the United Nations to instigate, to give instructions to the International Court of Justice to investigate crimes against the Tamil minority and bring charges against the perpetrators of these crimes. And we are all for it. Resolution number 3. We want the Commonwealth to investigate how a member country is treating its minorities. And the British government, which is a key member of the Commonwealth, should be approached to do its share of lobbying and opening the eyes of the Sri Lankan government where they stand. Resolution number 4, what you have been saying all this, during this afternoon, that occupying forces should be withdrawn and the civilian life should be restored. Resolution number 5 is that there should be a referendum conducted under international UN supervision within Sri Lanka and outside Sri Lanka. People outside Sri Lanka are not here by their choice, and it is their identity is linked with Sri Lanka and they are Tamils, and they should have a say. And these are 5 resolutions.
So it's not within Sri Lanka, it's the referendum should be in the northeast, not in all over Sri Lanka.
Okay.
The Tamil has to vote in the northeast.
Oh,
If you say all Sri Lanka, that means 70% are Sinhalese.
No, I mean these Tamils.
Tamil speaking people. Tamil speaking. You got to take Muslims also, isn't it?
Yeah, Muslims also.
You have mentioned Tamils.
Tamil-
In the
Tamil vote.
Tamil area, northern east.
Okay, what I have written
The
is,
tradition of all is the northeast.
let me read what I have written. I do take your
Yeah, you are right.
the way I
That's very
spoke
important.
was confusing. We urge the British government to support a referendum for Tamilism in and outside Sri Lanka on the pattern of this July. Sri Lanka has endured more than 5 decades long civil war in which the government persecuted a powerless minority. Like the Southern Sudanese, Sri Lankan Tamils need a sovereign homeland in which they can be safe and free. So a referendum will affect Tamil speaking people.
No.
English has to be improved. Sorry for putting it. After the words referendum, you use the word referendum among the Tamil people.
I should put it.
Yeah.
No.
Not it's wrong.
South
Because the citizens
Yeah.
vote against.
Okay.
No, I was not objected for this because it says like South Sudan.
Yeah.
If you know the South Sudan referendum,
Yeah.
there's no problem there.
Yeah,
So,
but that's-
sorry,
that-
can I,
I can add this word and we take it right.
Let's put
can I make this point?
the cabinet.
It's the referendum within North and East, where if single is living there, they are also having the vote. If they live in North and East, and the diaspora, and anyone, that's going to be a problem. Living in the capital, moved away as part of the diaspora.
Single is colony.
But single is in North and East would have the right to vote as well.
You can't take singles because they are not. They are, no, colonized people. You
Okay, let's
This
give
is only be confined to the Tamil people.
Okay.
Referendum is confined.
Yeah, conveying to the
Again, it's understandable. It's my language and
Yes.
conveying to the
we are not, we are not going into the details of the constitution of the future Tamil Nadu. So we can leave it here. I want those who support, raise your hands, please.
Sorry?
The resolution. We're going to give it to. Are you doing this?
Can we
I
have one
clarified about that.
Can we have one meeting?
Yeah.
Can we have one meeting?
Anybody who is not supporting I know majority are supporting, anybody who is not supporting these resolutions, please raise your hand.
Would you kindly read that again? It won't take 2 minutes.
No, it will take more than 2
You
minutes.
see that this resolution is being proposed
We are all for it.
Yeah, that's it. It's not.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, we are all for it.
Could I take this opportunity to thank everybody for coming today? But as I said, we had many meetings in the past. Duputy has organized a meeting there too. And we will carry on arranging more meetings and updating, not only the whole world outside, but at least amongst us. We need to know what we are doing, what actions are being taken, what's the next steps we should be taking in the future as well. It is a regular meeting we should hold, and maybe every 2 months, 3 months, whenever it is convenient. You have wonderful organizers, I have wonderful staff, and they will be definitely doing it, and helping in booking the news. But make sure that you take the message, not only to immediate families, but to the society at large. Make sure that you meet your local councillors, make sure you meet your political activists, locally, make sure that you meet the member of parliament. Putting pressure, asking them to take up your case. It's not your individual case, it's a case for the county. And I think without that, I quite accept what you said. But in a democratic setup, in a different country, it's not the same. It's not that simple. If it was up to some of us, then we could have given down even yesterday. Right? It's a long struggle. It's not an easy struggle. But you can take one comfort that we have quite a few and a large group of parliamentarians who support them. So you are not.
Try to make a discussion in the parliament
We have raised iron.
about the referendum.
Yeah, but we have raised in the past issues step by step. I will make sure that we raise this again, and we will take the speech as well.
And to force the United Nations to have the referendum.
We can ask. I don't think that we have the power to force them, but certainly putting pressure on them.
So leave your points, you can pass it on.
Yeah, please.